suburb of Boronia was one of a band of suburbs in Melbourne's outer east that underwent heavy development in the 1960s and 1970s. Major roads were constructed, existing roads upgraded, new freeways planned but mostly never built, and housing estates were developed. The rapid growth saw the development of several new shopping centres as well, with Eastland in nearby Ringwood opening in 1967. Soon after, Boronia itself saw plans for a new shopping centre as well. The original plan would have seen a major shopping centre anchored by a Myer department store. A group of local businessmen lobbied to scuttle this plan as they saw it as a threat to their existing business, and so the plans were scaled back. Boronia Shopping Town, as it was originally named, was opened by then Victorian Premier Rupert Hamer in 1973. It was anchored by Kmart at one end and Venture at the other, with about 50 specialty stores ranging from clothing, music and jewellery to small cafes in between. Walking through the mall today, its most unique and striking feature is its two-storey design, something very rare in malls of this size in Australia. The other striking feature, and the one that centre manager Laurie was eager to show me, is the large ceramic brick wall at the Kmart end of the mall. Walls like this were not uncommon in Australian malls of the time. Greensborough Plaza in Melbourne's northern suburbs had a colourful one before its 1990s renovations, but it's rare to see them preserved to this day in such condition. The wall is said to be heritage listed, though I was unable to find any evidence of this on the online version of Victoria's Heritage Register. The Mall Boronia, as it's currently named, also has the last remaining rotating stage in an Australian mall. The first time we went to film the mall, the stage was lowered into the floor, however I went back a couple of weeks later and was able to film it in its raised state. Unfortunately, a flat tyre beneath the stage means that it wasn't able to rotate on the day I shot this footage. In the 1980s and 1990s, the mall was a bustling centre of commerce for Boronia. It would occasionally play host to celebrity appearances, including Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan at the peak of their Neighbours-fueled popularity. The northern end of the mall, below the ceramic art wall, is boarded up. This was Kmart's original mall entrance, and it remained open at least into the 2000s. Kmart always had an external entrance as well from the car park, and the closure of the mall entrance was due primarily to accessibility, as the entrance had a series of steps down into the store from the mall. Signs throughout the mall still point the way to Kmart's exterior entrance. The loss of the internal Kmart entrance hurt the mall, leaving the northern end bereft of an anchor. The other end, which had been anchored by Venture until that chain's bankruptcy in the early 1990s before becoming a Fossey's and later a Golo store, still did reasonably well. After Golo vacated the space, it spent a few years as a discount store named Spare Change before becoming the medical centre. The Aussie Veterans Op Shop also takes up some of this anchor space and is, on the inside, a surprisingly large store. The Op Shop also uses the loading dock that would have originally served Venture. Over the years, the mall has only seen minor updates and changes. Some efforts to update it were made in the past few years, with some wood panelling added to the roof and the wall above the entrance from the car park. The floor and most of the benches are as they were in the 1970s. The biggest change has been to the exterior, which was repainted a few years ago. When I first walked into the Mall Boronia for this video, I was surprised at how alive the place really was. Most locals I spoke to had fond memories of the mall growing up, but feel that it's been left to die in its current state. Laurie, the manager, is a lot more upbeat and sees a bright future for the place. He was eager to point out that it has fewer unoccupied stores than the nearby Westfield Knox shopping centre. There is still a place for small suburban malls on the Australian landscape, but they need something unique to bring people to them. The Mall Boronia certainly has that with its layout and 1970s era charm, but will need careful management and strong links to the local community if it's to survive further. I genuinely love the design of the place, and I hope that Laurie, Jacinta and all the other people who work at the mall can bring it back to life for the local community to enjoy in the future. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. I plan to have content happening on a more frequent basis over the next few months, though it may be different to what I've made up until now. You can also support me on Patreon, and the link to that is in the description below.